What's up, everybody? Welcome to a special At the Buzzer live stream here. We are joined by the one and only Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Wonderboy, how are you?
Doing good, man. Just got done doing some training and ready to rock and roll March 4th.
Yeah, all right. Hold on one second. Sorry, just having a technical difficulty here. Boys, I can't see Steve Wonderboy, so if you can pull him up here, that'd be great to put him on our TV. All right, Wonderboy. So it's been a big week for you here with your career. You were fighting Tyron Woodley in a rematch at UFC 209 on March 4th in Vegas. Was there any concern that this fight wouldn't happen? Because I know he was talking Bisping. He was, looking around at other options. Were you just sitting back waiting to see what was going to happen?
Yeah, to be honest, at first I was. He was calling out all these other people but me. George St. Pierre, Nick Diaz, Conor McGregor, even gone up a weight class to fight Bisping. And I'm sitting here just like, wait a second. After this fight, he was even saying that we had unfinished business. What's going on? Mm-hmm. So actually, I had to kind of go forward and doing something that I normally don't do. This past Sunday, I posted up a picture on Twitter of me and him, both of our hand raised, and my signed contract, where I signed it. So I was like, hey, man, waiting on you, brother. So we kind of went back and forth, and I think it got under his skin just a little bit and enticed him to actually sign the contract. So it worked.
Yeah, I saw that Sunday night, and I was like, wow, this isn't like Wonderboy. He's coming at it. And then I just kind of sat back and watched this whole Twitter beef kind of happen. And I'm fascinated by Twitter beefs. What does it feel like to be in a Twitter beef? Are you always refreshing your phone to see if the guys responded to you?
Yeah, actually not me. I was kind of watching a movie at the same time, and every now and then I would just go to my Twitter and see what was said, and so I didn't take it wasn't as serious, I didn't take it as serious, but yeah. It was fun. It's all fun.
And when you decided to send that picture of the contract, you're like, all right, and when you hit the send on the tweet, you're like, here we go, let's see what happens.
Oh yeah, man. I was like, all right, should I send this thing or should I not? And as soon as I sent, I was like, oh crap, here we go now. I knew everybody was gonna blow my Twitter up, social media, and it was exciting. It was fun, and
yeah.
We went back and forth, nothing too crazy, but it got him to sign that contract. So we're gonna be doing it again, and it was, to me, it was just disappointing to see, somebody as champion be okay with a draw. Mm-hmm. To be okay with it, okay, I'll take that. Let's move on somewhere else. For me as a champion, we should fight and settle the score. I want to feel like I actually won the fight. If it was a draw, I wouldn't have been happy with it. So it was just kind of funny to see him, picking everybody else but me.
Yeah, I mean, with the fight game, with the way it's going right now, it seems like there's all these, names are being thrown around. People are trying to get these big money fights. Was there any concern for you that you'd have to wait a little while, with him throwing around the Bispings and the Conors? And, was there any anxiety about that?
At first, yeah, I'm like, actually the first fight, wasn't really sure if I was going to get it or not. So the first fight I think before that's when I was the most kind of like, it was the most nerve-wracking whether or not if I was going to get the fight or not. But the second go around, I felt that I did enough to, it was a draw, and I felt that it was going to happen. I knew that he was probably going to try everything he could not.
We lost Wonderboy there. All right, let's see if we can get him back, Zach Saley. Get him back on the horn. You guys just wait around for a second. This is what happens in technology. You drop calls. My mom was always like, whenever a phone call drops, my mom, she's always like, what happened? I'm like, we dropped a phone call. We got you back, Wonderboy. Yeah, sorry about that.
There we go. No problem.
Yeah, so you were talking about the first fight, how you were worried that fight might not happen.
Yeah, the second fight, I figured it was going to happen. I mean, Dana White said it was going to happen. Mm-hmm. I know the UFC was really pushing. It was, on our end was like, hey, this is going to happen. We're going to do it again. My management was telling me it was going to happen again. So whatever Tyron was saying, it didn't really bother me. I kind of knew deep down that we were going to do it again. Yeah. So I actually got my contract early December, and it just didn't ask for anything, didn't negotiate, didn't ask for the contract. They just sent it to me. So I know there for a little bit, Tyron was saying that how he was feeling I was entitled. I felt entitled for it. And there's not an entitled bone in my body. I didn't ask for it. They just sent it to me, and I signed it and didn't negotiate anything, didn't ask for more money, just wanted to settle the score. That was it.
So you just got the contract in the mail one day?
Yeah, well, they sent it through email. Yeah, sent it through my email. I was like, all right, boom, here we go.
Wow.
You know, my management told me it was going to, you got something coming through. He's like, congratulations. I looked at it. Second fight with Tyron Woodley. Signed it and sent it right back.
Yeah. How long?
So there for a while. How long did it take me to sign it?
Yeah.
As soon as we printed it off, it was boom. It was done.
I'm sure. And so then you're just sitting around waiting for it. Now the fight's happening March 4th. We all know that now. And T. Woodley came out and announced the fight on his podcast on Monday with Morning Wood with D's Nuts, which is one of the greatest names in podcast history.
yeah, it is.
But on there he said, he talked a lot about you and on how on March 4th he wants you to give you the biggest ass whooping of your life and to end your career. I mean, it's fight talk, but what do you have to say about him saying he wants to give you an ass whooping?
Yeah, I've had so many. He tried to do it the first time. And didn't work, man. Didn't happen. He hit me with his best shot. I ended up getting back up, had me in one of the deepest guillotines ever, ended up getting out of it. And after that, I helped him up off the canvas. So, I mean, to me, after that last fight, that wasn't my best performance. I think if you watch my last performances, I didn't throw half the stuff I normally throw. Mm-hmm. And I felt I fought him at my worst, and he was at his best. So that gives me the confidence going to the next fight, knowing that, I'm going to be you're going to see a different Stephen Wonderboy Thompson next time we step out there. So all the crap talk, it doesn't really bother me, man. I've been called everything in the book. He's trying to get in my head. Sounds like to me I've already gotten into his, but it doesn't bother me one bit, man. I'm just anxious to get back out there and do it again.
Yeah, I was watching your first fight the other night, rewatching it, and it was an incredible fight. And as you just said, you told Damon Martin earlier this week that you weren't at your best. Why did you feel like you weren't at your best in that fight? Because you looked pretty darn good.
Well, thank you. Well, I felt very hesitant out there. Mm-hmm. Didn't throw half the combinations that I normally throw. And, you got your good days and you got your bad days, and that definitely wasn't one of my good days. If you go back and watch a lot of my other fights, I throw a lot more kicks, a lot of different angles. And I just didn't do that, Mm-hmm. So I think just this next go around, I just got to go out there and let my hands go, let my feet go, and just have some fun out there. I don't know if it was because it was such on a big platform, biggest card in UFC history, Madison Square Garden. It was just a big event. It was nuts, Not really sure if that had anything to do with it. But, I'm not the type of guy to make excuses. I know I could have performed better, and you will see a better Stephen Wonderboy Thompson next go-around.
Yeah, I know Cowboy Cerrone said this one time on Rogan's podcast, that sometimes, you train you train for your fight, you walk down the tunnel, you get in the octagon, you stand in the corner, all of a sudden you look across, and you're like, I don't have it today.
Yeah, and that's exactly how it did. To be honest with you, I've had that happen to me before, especially in my kickboxing days. It's like, dude, why? What's going on? You just don't have the pop, or maybe your mind's not right, and you even get that in sparring sometimes. Mm-hmm. You get out there and you got these sparring partners that that sacrifice themselves for you to whoop up on sometimes, and some days they get the best of you, and for a fact you're better than them. So sometimes you just have those days out there when it really matters the most.
What's that feeling like when you're standing there and you're like, uh-oh, I don't have it, and that guy has it over there, and I got to figure it out right now?
Man, that's really why I push myself as hard as I can in training, mm-hmm. And you put yourself through these situations, these grinding situations in training. So when you're in that crap in the cage and you're in that bad situation, you can just fight through it mentally, and a lot of people they don't have that fight. They give up, they don't have that fight, that spirit, I guess you could say, that strong spirit. So man, yeah, you'll find yourself in those situations where you just don't have it, and it was a rough fight. If you saw my last fight, man, it was rough, man. I got knocked down in the fourth round. I felt very flat.
We're still live, folks. We're gonna go back to Wonderboy. We are fighting through. If you guys could see my producer Zach Saley's face right now. Hi, everybody. Wonderboy.
I'm here, my friend.
Sorry, dude. We're refusing to give up right now. We're putting in that fight that you're talking about right now with this live stream.
No, it's all right, man. It's all good. So, yeah, man, you just got to push yourself through it, and doing that in training builds that spirit up, makes mm-hmm. it strong. And when you don't feel like 100%, you're still able to to make it happen. And every time I step out there, no matter who I fight, if it's my good day or if it's my bad day, you're gonna feel fighting me. You're gonna, I'm gonna give you 110% no matter what, and you're gonna remember me when you step out there. So I'm not the type of guy to give up.
No, I think everyone saw that at New York City at Madison Square Garden when you got locked into that guillotine in the 4th round. And how I still was watching that the other night going, how the heck did he get out of it? Is it Woodley said afterwards you have a smaller head, so that kind of helped you pop out. How did you get the heck out of that thing?
Dude, I thought I got a melon on me. I don't know what he's talking about. I know my head's way bigger than his. But you know what? I was actually in that situation, and I was talking to you as I'm talking to you now. I was talking to myself, and I was like, you know what? All these people came to watch me fight. And I said this. I don't know if he heard it or not. All these people came to watch me fight. I'm not tapping. And that's what I said. I actually said that. And then as soon as I said that, I could feel his arms starting to tire out. And I was like, now's my chance. Ended up popping my head out and finishing up on top and raining down some punches. But, man, there's no quit. If it's a choke, I've heard a lot of guys say that. And if it's a choke, more than likely I'm not going to tap. If it's a joint, you don't want to be out for 6 months to a year. So,
yeah.
But, yeah, man, it was just it was an experience, man, an experience I'll never forget.
It was an incredible night at Madison Square Garden. And how did you feel like that fight went? Did you feel like with the majority of the decision? Did you feel like it was a draw?
When I go back and watch it, yes. Even then, I was like, when they announced at first, whenever he was the winner, I was like, wait a second. I was like, I know I did more than that. I thought I had the 2nd, 3rd, and 5th round. I felt that he did obviously win the 1st and 4th. So yeah, when I first heard that, I was like, "There's no way." And then as soon as that was announced, I looked at Dana. He's like, "No, stay up here. It was a draw. Stay right where." So I didn't really have time to really think about, any more than that. So I felt that I won the 2nd, 3rd, and 5th round.
Yeah, it was a bizarre moment in that octagon after the fight with him being declared the winner, and then in the middle of the Rogan interview saying, "Hold on a second." Had you ever been a part of anything like that before? Watching it backstage, you're like, what?
Yeah, I've never been through anything like that before. So that was crazy, to see Buffer kind of go outside of the cage and then come walk back in. It's like, what's going on, So, yeah, that was kind of crazy, man. It was nuts.
Well, we got a lot of fans chiming in right now on Facebook with their comments. Travis Todd says, Wonder Boy is the man, next champ. You, sir, have a lot of fans. Your fans are very vocal out there.
You know what? If it wasn't for them, I would have never gotten this fight in the first place. The first time with Tyron, they all rallied up behind me, and they felt I deserved the next shot. And if it wasn't for them, man, I wouldn't have even got the first fight with him. So I appreciate my fans, man, and I do what I do. That's why I do what I do to hopefully inspire them, and not just through my fighting, but the way I carry myself as well, Yeah. And that's what I think the martial arts is all about. That's why I still teach here at Upstate Karate. I know what the martial arts has done for me, and if I can give that back in any way, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, weren't you driving? We were supposed to do this yesterday, but you were busy doing something. What were you doing yesterday?
Driving. I pick up kids from school, man. We have an after-school program at Upstate Karate, so I'm out there driving my short bus, dude.
Picking the kids up and bringing them to karate?
So, yeah, we pick them up. We pick them up from school. We take them back to the karate school. We help them out with their homework. We feed them snack. We get them ready for their karate classes during the day. So it's a full-time job, man, and I love every minute of it. This is my first love, is teaching. Yeah, that's my first love. I fight for the fun of it, for the honor and the glory, and money is just the bonus. So, I'm happy doing what I'm doing.
Well, you're a good dude, Wonder Boy. We're looking forward to your fight March 4th. Anything you're doing differently as you're preparing for Woodley for the second time than you did the first time?
I felt his power. I've got his timing down now. I mean, I felt that in the 2nd, 3rd, and also in the 5th round. I know what he likes to throw. And when you see him fight, he doesn't do a whole lot of changing. I think he's going to be more aggressive, maybe look for the takedown more, because I know he felt that he was strong there. But, man, I'm ready for wherever the fight goes. So I'm training as hard as I can. So whenever you step out.
Ah, no, we almost had him there. Let's get a one back one more time, Sally, and let's say goodbye. We've done our best. Thank you, everybody, for sticking through this. Wonder Boy is looking forward to his fight on March 4th, and we're going to wrap this up in 1 second with Wonder Boy. What a battle, you guys. Thank you for sticking with us. Wonder Boy, we refuse to lose. Let's get the heck out of here before this crashes again. But you're doing some things. You're getting ready for your fight March 4th. You felt his power.
Yeah, and finally ended up getting, I felt his timing, got his timing down second, third, and fifth round. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to be a little bit more aggressive this go round. So we're ready for it, man. I got some really good wrestling guys coming in, good fighters, big guys. Obviously going to be training with Chris as well. Yep. So, man, wherever the fight goes, man, we're going to be ready for it. I know this is a title shot, so, man, every time I step out there, I give it 110%. So all the fans are going to be ready for a show.
And you know what it's like to fight in a title fight, and so I think March 4th will be a little bit more comfortable for you. And,
you got it, my friend.
We can't wait to see your fight in Las Vegas on March 4th. I think you're coming out to L.A. next week for some Fox stuff.
Boom, I will be there. You going to be there?
We're going to be there. We'll run into you.
Oh, heck yeah, man. I'll see you there.
We'll talk like normal people, and we won't have drop calls or anything. It'll be great. But thank you so much for taking the time and dealing with all this, and all your fans out there. Thank you for everyone for all your comments. Wonder Boy appreciates them, and yes, I can't wait. March 4th.
Appreciate it, man.
We'll see you next week out in L.A. Thank you, Wonder Boy.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.